Hi there Libra, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for July 6th to the 12th. I'm going to get started shuffling out these oracle cards here Libra and just see what your overarching theme or message may be. Here it goes, coming straight out. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Beautiful, you might be feeling a little bit more emotional, vulnerable this week. Let's get your Yogic path deck. Card, sorry, from the deck. Here we go. Buddha, beautiful, realizing that all the wisdom that you seek, Libra, is inside of you. Okay, let's go to the tarot, see what we have. First of all, I'm going to pull a card, Libra, for your recent past. Energies leaving, completing and transitioning in your life, what you might be journeying or moving through. We have the Seven of Cups with the Ace of Swords. Some kind of clarity coming after a time of confusion, potentially. Let's get the current focus energy out. Ace of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. That definitely could say self-love to me, that combination. Let's go for your outcome, near future energy. The Two of Pentacles, maybe a decision to make. Maybe feeling a little bit unsteady emotionally. I mean, that's would link into the ever unfolding rose. We do have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There may have been a disappointment, confusion over something that's created disappointment. Let's get the clarifiers. So we're going to clarify that Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords with the Strength card. Yeah, that definitely makes sense, guys. And let's clarify the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. We have got the King of Cups and the Tower. They're coming out in twos. We've got a lot of cards here, Libra, but that's okay. Yes, I'm not surprised to see that Tower there, especially with the Three of Swords under the deck and that Two of Pentacles. Some kind of indecision. I feel like something is coming to a head after some information comes to light, or after you've sort of seen the truth of the situation, having the strength and courage to face that. Five of Pentacles, yeah. Very interesting energy here, guys. I do have the Justice card as well that came out with that Five of Pentacles. I'm going to put that down as well. We do have a lot of information here, guys, but let's read it anyway. Okay, Libra, let's start here with your Yogic Path card. We have Buddha. Now, I was looking in the book for this one, guys, and the Buddha is the one who is aware. And it says here that Buddha is not just one person, but anyone who has an aware and blessed soul. And right now, that is you, Libra, that you are waking up to your true self and letting go of the illusions that were binding you to the material world. It also talks, guys, about, you know, the Buddha nature, which is realizing that you are that full range of consciousness within you. It's not outside of you, but it exists within you. But I'm really interested here in the part that it says about the letting go of illusions that were binding you, because that's very much the energy of the Seven of Cups, which we see in your recent past. So we'll come to that. You also have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Now, for me, that is the Tower. The Tower is here to crack you open. It's happening for you in your best interest, to get you onto your highest path, to reconnect you with your higher self. It's not happening, to you, to bring you down in any kind of way. So you might be feeling a little bit more cracked open, vulnerable this week, but just keep in mind, this is really a process to lead you to somewhere greater. We do have that Nine of Cups, which is kind of like the foreshadowing of whatever the situation is, that maybe it's standing in the way of your wish fulfillment. Okay, so here in your recent past, guys, we've got the Strength card with the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So here we see that illusion that is binding you, maybe to the material world, maybe to a situation. The Seven of Cups has that sort of sense of illusionary energy. It can be something that's not all that it seems. It can be that sense of confusion in a situation. It can be the card of hollow promises, and that could obviously be in our relationships. It can be in the workplace, being promised something, that person not delivering with you. You know, it can be the sense that we have pursued a situation, a job, a person, a contract, whatever, based more on the external, sort of more of a face value kind of external reality, rather than really sort of scratching the surface and doing the research and that kind of thing. And there's a sense that when we don't fully look into a situation before we jump into it, sometimes it can come back and bite us, right? So there is a situation here, some kind of illusion that I feel like you've been swept away by. And I mean, this is recent past, but you might be journeying this right now, but you're being asked to have the strength and courage to really face the truth. You know, quite often when we're in sort of an illusionary energy, deep down we do kind of have that feeling, we have that intuition that things aren't quite what they seem, but sometimes we choose not to see it. And I really feel this is the week that the blindfold comes off. You know, the Ace of Swords really can be a truth revealed. It can be a communication, either with this person or with somebody else, that exposes truth. And there is a great sense of victory in it here though. So I really feel like the truth is coming out, the blindfold's coming off, you're being asked to have the strength and courage to see things clearly. The Strength card also asks you to really operate from a place of higher self rather than ego this week. The Seven of Cups me always, you know, has that connotation of ego, of, you know, following shiny things without really looking into them and not really seeing if situations or people are really serving your best interest. But yeah, like I said, we have the truth revealed, the blindfold's coming off, and then we have the Tower as your current energies this week. So Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, and the King of Cups. Well, quite a combo here. Oh, sorry, I thought there was the Nine of Cups before. I'm going to say that anyway, that I feel that the Tower is standing between you and your wish fulfillment, and that's why it needs to come down, because whatever the situation is that you're pursuing, whether it's in business, whether it's in love, there's a sense that it is a block to, you know, your own sense of loving opportunities, of self-love, and all of that. So for some of you, you could have been dealing with a King of Cups. Now that would be possibly a Scorpio energy, but it could be a Pisces or Cancer as well. So this Tower situation could be revealing something about this King of Cups person. But what it really says, guys, is that whatever the situation is, it needs to come down because it's a block in your life. So the Tower, it can be a big revelation, it can be the truth revealed, it can be the ending of a relationship or job. You know, there are scales to it, but generally it's quite a sudden big shift in your life, and it can feel a bit chaotic. I mean, we've got the Three of Swords over here at the bottom of the deck. So what that says to me is that there's likely to be maybe a little bit of, well, a little or a lot of hurt, disappointment, despair, sadness. There can be that range to it. So that's what I'm feeling there, guys. But we've got to keep in mind that the Tower is actually a blessing in disguise. It's a silver lining because it comes to remove something from your life that wasn't serving you and potentially wasn't going to lead you into a positive place. So it's clearing that so that you can rebuild something else. And we see you here, Libra, you know, after that Tower falls, really being able to step more into your confidence, your independence, your individuality, being able to value yourself again. So I feel like if you were potentially in a relationship situation, this indicates that you might be moving into a period of singledom where you're focusing on self-love and healing. That's what that can mean. Obviously, if this is a business reading for you, this can indicate that you will be going out on your own, shining on your own, and that you will have more success on your own when you're removed from whoever this person is that wasn't being completely authentic with you, or was trying to, you know, pull that wool over your eyes or keep you a little bit in the dark or a little bit in the shadows. That's what I'm seeing. Now, it can also mean that Ace of Cups, guys, on a more literal reading, that there is an offer of love coming in for you. It could be an apology as well from, you know, the person that you've been dealing with. I do feel like it stands more for self-love here, but there is the promise that maybe when this Tower falls, that it's opening you to receive again, opening for you to receive really authentic, loving offers that are going to lead to that joy, love, harmony, satisfaction that you deserve. And it really comes you know, when you move back into that place of valuing yourself, Libra, you know, moving back into self-confidence, I think you're going to be a lot more magnetic and even attractive on an energetic level after this situation is removed from your life, after this tower falls. Now, in your near future outcome, we've got Justice, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. So look, what we're seeing here is potentially some indecision around whether or not to take some justice action in this situation. So, you know, you might have been dealing with, just a couple of examples here, you know, you might have been dealing with, you know, somebody that was a business partner for a long time that you had a really good relationship with, and you might be like, oh, I just don't know whether I want to drag them through the courts or seek legal advice or that kind of thing. Indecision about it. You know, some of you might be legal divorce or separation in a situation, and, you know, you didn't see it coming, you're not really wanting to do that. So that's another reading here of this card. Justice doesn't have to mean, you know, big legal cases and matters, guys. It can just mean that a modification, a really like serious change needs to happen in this situation to bring it back into balance, because there's a sense here that it is really out of balance at the moment. So it could be like, okay, the tower's going to fall, there's going to be that big revelation. Is there anything that you can do to modify the situation to bring it back into balance and carry on with it, or do you need to leave it entirely? The Five of Pentacles can be that sense of being worried about being left alone, being worried about being, you know, lonely and isolated, especially if you are leaving a relationship or even, you know, leaving a career as well. There can be that fear of going out on your own. The Five of Pentacles can also talk about financial loss and hardship. So, you know, leaving a relationship can obviously deplete us financially. But then we can maybe have to run a household on our own, which is a lot more expensive. Leaving a job, you know, big financial implications. So it can be that as well. But the Five of Pentacles really asks you, Libra, to see the bigger picture. You know, it's in seeing that bigger picture that we can really make the right decision for ourselves to move forward. So, and there's also the reminder that with that Five of Pentacles, that if we get stuck in that kind of lack or victim mentality, then we can kind of breed more of that into our lives. So because this is a number 5 in tarot, guys, you know, is a number of conflict, of feeling conflicted in a situation. And the antidote to that, I always say, is change, because 5 is also the number of change. So Justice and the Tower are really, really big cards of change and modification in a situation in order to bring it into balance, in order for you to feel grounded and steady and emotionally calm again. So that's what I'm seeing. So there is a sense of indecision about bringing this situation to justice, but I really feel that it's inevitable, Libra, that you will need to do that, because, you know, we can see here that there needs to be that change or modification. And yeah, just with that Three of Swords, just keeping in mind that even though there might be hurts and, you know, it might be a difficult time for you, that healing process is the first part of that new beginning. As soon as we kind of feel the pain and we start to heal, you know, then we really are beginning to heal and to be able to move into a much better position in our lives. So guys, it's a really heavy reading. It's like all the big energies here: Strength, Justice, Tower, 2 aces. It says to me that there's a strong new beginning energy behind this situation. So we really just need to trust that this is unfolding for your highest and best interests. And sometimes it takes a tower to, you know, get our attention and for action to be taken in a situation. Okay, Libra, I am going to leave it there. I do wish you all the best with this situation this week. Do keep in mind this is a general reading. I am reading for a collective, guys. I'm not saying everyone's going to be having a showdown like this week. Feel free to leave me a comment if you feel to share what the situation is for you. I do read all the comments and try and reply to them all, and it just helps me get to know you guys and connect through energy as well. And I'll see you back here next week for another weekly reading.